afternoon class.
Good afternoon, sir.
So today's lesson will be based on safety and the tools and processes. These are your notes to this lesson. Make sure you go over them again after this class. Tools and machine are mostly used in the workshop. If it is not properly handled, it may occur, some injuries may occur. So if the tools and machines are damaged, make sure you don't use them or operate them. So to create a safe working environment, we must ensure that our tools and equipment are right and the blades are sharp. And to develop a safe working environment, we also need to have the focus on the work which we are doing, and the facilities which are in the workshop, make sure you also take care of them. Injuries occur when people don't follow the rules. Example, students playing or carrying sharp tools such as chisels in their pocket. So these are some basic important rules we must follow in the workshop. As you can see in the notes, safety is important because for safe working conditions, to prevent injuries, it helps workers to be confident. Make sure you don't lose your attention while doing work. For example, you are doing some work and one of your fellow colleagues told you, hey, look here, then you start looking there and lose focus on your work. So next up we have the woodwork bench. So after this lesson, we will be moving out to see the woodwork bench and using some of the tools. So before that, I'll talk about the woodwork bench and show these tools here and show their parts and tell the uses of these tools. So first, the woodwork bench. The woodwork bench where you will be working, carrying out the processes or the work that will be done there. So the parts of a woodwork bench. Firstly, the bench wheel. The bench wheel is mostly in the middle of the bench. So it is used for keeping the tools while working. Tools which are not in use is mostly kept on the woodwork bench wheel. Secondly, we have the bench vise in the woodwork bench. So the purpose of the bench vise is to hold a piece of timber or wood while working on the bench. For example, you are cutting a timber, so you need to grip it on the bench vise. Secondly, we have a bench top in a bench. For example, you are planing a timber, so at this angle you need to stop a timber. So the purpose of the bench top is to stop a timber while planing. So as we move forward, now the most interesting part of this lesson, the tools and their processes and the uses. So firstly, we have a combination square. As you can see, this is a combination square. It has got a ruler here, which is adjustable on both sides. So it can be used for measuring or mark a 90 degrees angle here, as you can see. So this is a 45 degrees angle here. As you can place on a wood, it will mark a 45 degrees angle here on this side. It also has a spirit level, so you can check on the level of the timber. So the basic use of this is to mark lines or full straight lines or do measuring. So secondly, we have a claw hammer here. As you all know, this is the handle and head. This is the claw. The main purpose of this is to drive a nail or remove a nail using the claws. Moving on to the chisel here. So this is a very sharp tool you have to be very careful while using this tool. Make sure you don't carry this in your pocket because it is very sharp. So the rule is when you pass a chisel, you must pass the facet, the handle first, not the blade. So this is the handle here, this is the ferrule, and this is known as the tin, and this is the blade. Then this is the cutting edge. So a tin is mostly inside of a chisel, so something like this. So this could be a cutting edge here. And this is the shoulder here, and this is part of the thing, which is inside here. And the ring which you can see it is placed here, it is known as the ferrule. Moving on with the coping saw. So coping saw is used for cutting cave cuts, mostly on a plywood or a thin piece of metal or timber. So this is adjustable here. You can bend the blade. This is the frame, this is the handle, and this is the blade here. Now we will discuss on saws. There are two types of saws basically used in the workshop. The first one is the cross cut saw, and second is the rip saw. So I'll be just doing some blades to show how can you differentiate between a cross cut saw and a rip saw. So the cross cut saw has the blade, has the teeth. Like this. Usually the angle between this is 45 degrees here, and the rip saw, it is a 90, then it goes to 45, 90, 45, 90, 45. So mostly cross cut saws are used for fine cuttings and smooth, and rip saw are used for maybe on logs or the big timbers. And now with the G-blade, so these are very heavy too, and we must handle with care to avoid injuries. So this is the frame, as you can see, it is in a G shape, so it's called a G-blade. And we have the handle here, and it has a screw. The screw is here. So the two jaws, the first one is the movable jaw, and another is the fixed jaw. So this is used for holding a piece of timber while working. For example, you are sawing, so you need to keep a timber, or maybe chiseling. So the purpose of this is to hold the timber. Okay. So that's it for this lesson, and now we will be moving outside to see the workshop and how the work is carried out in the workshop.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, students. Welcome to the workshop. As you all know, safety comes first, so we have our safety shoes on here, and it's a safety boot. Now we'll be moving to our tools. Firstly, you can see we have a combination square, a hammer, a coping saw and a chisel and a G-crane and a cross cut saw here. So basically I'll be demonstrating how to use a floor hammer. This is a nail, 1 inch. So I'll be driving this nail into this piece of timber here, wood, and extracting the nail using the claw of this one. You can see the function of the head of this hammer has been used here. So the nail has driven into this timber here. So now I'll be extracting this nail using the claw of this hammer. As you can see, the nail has been removed by using this claw here. So this is the function of this hammer, and the use is and I have demonstrated the use. So now we'll be moving on to this combination square. So as you can see, this timber is at a 90 degrees angle, and I'll be gauging this timber. Now, as you can see, this timber has been squared or been gauged by using combination square. As you can see, the combination square also has a 45 degrees angle here. So this can be used like this to mark 45 degrees angle on a tool. As you can see, this is a 45 degrees angle here, and here is the 90 degrees angle. In the next step, we will be using a chisel to remove the edge of to create a butt joint. So this is a G-crane. So the use of the G-crane is to hold a piece of timber while working. So we are going to climb a piece of timber. Now we will be using a cross cut saw to cut this timber. As you can see, the process is being carried out here. Now we will be removing this piece here, this part here, using a hand. As you can see, the joint has been prepared. This is a simple butt joint with the use of chisel and a saw. I prepared this joint.
That.
Now we will be using a coping saw to create a shape cut. As you can see, there is a shape created here. So this coping saw is mostly it is used to remove the edges of a sharp timber or a edge. Okay.